So I start the day by picking up some parts. I'm taking the bumper and the mirror on this Yaris. So today's challenge is to put 4 SUV in one 40 feet container. I'll show you which SUVs I mean. We have RAV4 2010 and 2006, which I already started removing some parts from. The third car will be a Highlander 2008. And the last one is an Audi Q5. I think it's 2014 or 13. So this is today's challenge. I think it's possible, but it's gonna be a bit tight. So here we go. This is the first car in. So basically I removed the hood in order to be able to slam the car on the roof of the container, just to gain that little bit more space in order to fit all the cars together. So the first one is in, and it's time to prep this second one. So here we have it. This is about half of the container, and we were able to put 2 RAV4s in less than half a container, so that's very good. Oops. Okay, so this is the third car, Highlander. For the next container, we have So I have this tool that I bought in 2017 for $90, $80, and that I have never used. It's kind of a camera that you can stick into tight spots. Let's try it out. That's the one. Okay, it's turning on. So while it turns on, I'm going to remind you what I want to use it for. In this Yaris, if you can remember, the engine was hardly misfiring, and the third cylinder was actually not working. Turned out that the spark plug looked like this. It's missing parts on both ends. So I was afraid there was some parts that would have fallen in this cylinder. I'm gonna put the camera inside and check it out. So at the moment the camera is working, but I just figured out that it's all blacked out because there's a cover. So now I understand, there's a cover covering the camera actually. And that is how it looks like once you remove the cover. So I'm gonna try and put it in and see what's happening. So it's not super high tech, but I can tell that at least there is no metallic part anywhere. Alright, so it looks good. Here is what the new spark plug looks like next to the old one. You can see that there is many parts missing. So now that the spark plug is installed, let's start the car up and see if we have a problem solved. Check engine is no longer flashing, and I can feel the engine being smooth. So alhamdulillah, we have a problem solved. If you can mind the alternator belt squeaking, at least the engine is smooth. It was vibrating before. It's such a relief because, I didn't buy this car knowing that it was an engine problem. So if I had to change the engine, I would be at loss. So that's a good news. All back together. Now we move on to the next problem, which is with the steering of this F-150. What you need to know about this F-150 is that it doesn't come with a power steering pump. It doesn't come with a hydraulic power steering pump. It comes with an electric assist power steering pump, kind of. I don't know exactly what it is, but first, before even checking that assistant power steering pump electrical, I've figured out that sometimes on the steering rack over here, the U-joints that you can see over here get rusted. So yeah, these one gets rusted here, and they can cause the problem of a hard steering wheel. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spray them with WD-40 and if I see any difference, if I can make sure that this is the problem, or I'll change it. So with this, you spray. Oops. So I've been able to spray on the both U-joints on that rack. I'm gonna test it out and see if that makes any difference. I definitely feel a difference. I can tell it's a bit smoother sometimes. So it's definitely not a fix, but I know like who's the culprit, so I can order the part and do some research on how I can attempt to replace it. But at least it's not the power steering assist electronic pump, so it's half a good news. So that can't be good. Ah. So I bought this car, which you'll see in a minute. It's a Toyota Corolla 2009 with 100,000 kilometer, but a broken windshield and a damaged roof. So here it is. It's a bit dirty, but it allegedly have really 100,000 kilometer. I already bought another mirror because this one is broken. But my biggest concern is this. The windshield should not cost more than $200 or $220 with the installation. But I'm afraid the roof is a little bit uneven. I cannot install the windshield right away. I have to kind of push the roof back up and try and align this. Now you can see it's pretty damaged up to this point. After that it's clean. So I think if I'm able to push it from inside, I might not have to replace the whole roof. So I'm gonna try something. So I will be attempting the repair with a rope and a seat. Alright, so here goes many years of experience. I think it's working out pretty well, but I won't know for sure until I have to put the windshield back. So here so far, I think I have to give a little bit of push from here, and then another one from here. Then on the inside, I noticed that this one is... maybe I have to try and find the same kind of glue they use and glue it back. But really past that point, the roof is not touched, it's only on the front. I don't know if it's safe to do that, but I think since you're not touching the frame of the car, it's like this is not a structural part of the car. I don't think it can play anything in the safety. I think I pushed it as much as I could. More than that, I can't. I can never get it perfect with the method I was using. Now, I don't know if... what do they do usually at that point? Do they put like some kind of flexible hardener like they put on the front bumpers? Is there something to put on it? Is there anything more? I have to do some research and see how do you actually do roof repairs safely. But I'm gonna attempt to change the windshield, and hopefully it aligns perfectly.